Different things on everybody's plate.
Oh, boy.
Joe.
Raw.
Joe, the first coach got fired of the season, Joe.
We gotta go back to this, man. You killing it.
All right, I got you. I'm gonna work hard on these, man. I don't know. It all came back to me as soon as you said we gotta go back old school. It just
That
came
was
out of nowhere
fast
too.
too. Like we just made it. That was fast.
I should have put remembering the Titan. That's what I should have did. But hey, remembering the Titan. If you don't know, Brian Callahan has been fired or removed of his duties as the Tennessee Titans head coach. This comes right after 2 weeks after Cam Ward has said a lot of things in his press conferences, his post game conferences too, about the team not being, the team playing like bad aspirin, things like that. You can use the logic or name that I threw out there. But Brian Callahan firing, some people say it comes down to bad performance and expectations. Some people say he probably wasn't the right pick for the job in the first place. A lot of people are saying that the guy that's in New England should still be the head coach of this team. But Joe, you asked me what this firing means for a young Cam Ward. Oh, I meant to throw this out there too. It also comes right after they lost to the Raiders, who were on a 4-game skid, and they dominated them 20-10. So it's kind of like, hey, bro, what you want us to do? What does this mean for Cam Ward, though? Cam Ward, I'm looking at his stats right now. He's not his regular season stats. There's no way he got this many. Oh, it is. Joe, this season passed me by so much, man. I forgot it's week 6.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. I'm like, why y'all? It's only like week 3. This roller coaster, bro. I can't do it, bro. I don't even know what week it
Me
is.
neither.
This whole NFL season, man. All right, so he got about 1,100 yards, 3 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, and if you look at his offensive line, they've been struggling, but he's been finding ways to make plays. I don't like firing a head coach this early in the season for a young rookies campaign because, again, some people will start to say, and we know what the media is going to do with it. They're going to say, well, you got the quarterback, you got the head coach fired, or it was your play that affected this head coach getting fired. And again, it's everybody's fault when a coach does get fired. Like I was listening to Nate Newton a while ago, and he was saying that sometimes when players do play bad, if you are playing bad on purpose, you got to remember that you got a whole person fired. So if you're not giving your all, this is the reason. But going off what Cam Ward was saying in the actual post conference is that he wants to be better. Like he's saying his offense was kind of stagnant. Like I said, the word, y'all can go look up the actual coach yourself. But that means that he wanted more from the offense. So was it Callahan's fault? Again, their offensive line isn't the best. The Titans weren't going to make the playoffs this year or weren't expected to make the playoffs this year. They got a new arena coming. So I guess that's just more so ownership jumping the gun. They're like, look, we got a new arena. We got a new quarterback. We're going to try to build more around him, and we're going to raise the expectations ourselves. But I don't think you fire the head coach right now. I really, truly think you should have just waited the season out. Maybe give him 2 more weeks. I understand you lost to the Raiders, but I think you finish the season out. Then you relieve him of his duties. Because now the replacement coach, I think it's Mike McCoy, he's coming in with a 1-5 team, and it's just like, hey, I got big shoes to fill. I got to come in and make sure that the team turns around. And 9 times out of 10, we've seen it happen before. Anytime an interim head coach comes in, it's like a breath of fresh air for some teams. They might go on a win streak, and then the season's over, and it's like, well, is Mike McCoy your actual option? Are you going to sign him for next year? Are you just going to start it all over? Because if that's the case, if you're going to start all over, you might as well just kept the head coach and then just start it all over instead of doing it right now. But we'll see what happens. Joe?
See, they got a new GM in January this year, Mike Borgonzi, and he came from the Chiefs. He was with the Chiefs for 15 years, like in different scouting roles. So my thing is this: you got a new GM, Brian Callahan, Callahan, Callahan
You want to say
got
Kellen Moore
hired.
so bad?
He got hired last year. Last year was his first year, and they were bad last year. I think they only won like 3 games last year, right? They won 3 games last year, I
Yeah,
think,
had to.
right?
Yeah, they had the number 1 pick. Yeah.
Yep. So they're #1 pick. Now, it probably seemed harsh to come in as a new GM and fire a first year head coach, right? It probably seemed harsh. But, Tomo, what have we seen these last 2 years? We saw Drake May come in with a first year head coach. How did that work out? He got fired next year. Now Drake May basically got started all over again with Mike Vrabel, right? We saw Caleb Williams with Eberflus, right? He gets fired at the mid-season, like just like this, mid-season, and he had three different coaches within a year span, right? So, but you look at the right way, what we did is when we brought in a new GM, he brought in his coach. You know, that's how it works. When the GM comes in, eventually, if the coach is not winning already, he's going to get fired. That just normally happens. They're
True.
going to get their guy. So, what y'all did was, y'all kept Brian Callahan, knowing that you might fire him, and now you fire him in the middle of a rookie season. It's like, come on, you should have just fired him early. And like I said, it seems harsh. Just like everybody was like, oh, you should never fire Gerard Mayo. He only had 1 year. But Mike Vrabel is available. What you tripping for? Go get him. Fire him. I'm sorry, Gerard Mayo, but I'm sorry. You got better options. Same thing. Fire him and get your guy. Every coach wants to come over like when you got number one overall pick like Cam Ward, coaches want that. They want the opportunity. You know, so maybe their coach wasn't available, but you fire your coach now. Like if anything, let him coach through the whole season and then fire him off. I'm not for firing coaches mid-season. That's what the Patriots did. They let him go through the whole season. They
Yep.
fired him, and then in the off season they start fresh. I don't like look at the Bears. Like who looks more who look at Caleb, look at Drake May. Like, come on, man. So I don't like this decision. You know, I do. The difference, Charles a car. The difference, Joe, is Mike Vrabel was available when they hired Mayo. I get it, but so what? So what? Look. I honestly think they
There you go.
promised Gerard Mayo the job. I think they promised him the job because I'm here in New England, y'all. When Bill Belichick was here, it was a lot of talks about Jerome Mayo getting a job before Belichick even step down or whatever happened. It was a lot of talk about Jerome Mayo getting a job. And you can ask Teddy, correct me if I'm wrong. You in the chat. So when he got the job, I wasn't surprised because everybody in the town kept talking about him. Oh, he was a team captain as a rookie. He's a real patriot. Blah blah blah. Then we got the job. It was like, oh nah. Let's go call Mike again. You know, so the Tigers, I don't like this. But hey, it happened. Better late than never, I guess. Right? So, but next year they gotta get their guy. Cause you gotta attach a head coach to this rookie. You can't keep flopping coaches around for this guy.
That makes sense. And I'm hearing inklings of was it Bill? He might get bought out, so he might be available. The question is who's next? Like who's going to be your next head coach? Because I don't believe that Mike's going to be the actual head coach. So with that being said, who are you going to tie your young quarterback to? This is the hard part of being a GM, right? It's like when you're
Yeah.
trying to find a head coach, you got your quarterback. Now you got to find a head coach because the right head coach could either make or break your rookie quarterback. I mean, we've seen it. I think it's gonna work out with Caleb and Ben. I don't know. I got a strong feeling. I got a feeling Ben gonna get tired of him, man. I
You
got a
think
feeling,
so?
I got a feeling Ben gonna get tired of him, Joe. And we'll talk about y'all game a little bit later. But just watching, like, just some of the mental mistakes that he makes in the game is just like I could see Ben. Because if you think about the Lions, like Ben seems to me like a perfectionist, and he's like, I'm calling plays and I want it to this T. If you do it the right way, I promise you it's gonna be. Oh, well, offensive coordinator say that, but I think for him, he's like, no, I'm really drawing this up for this person at this time, and they're going to be open. And Caleb is I'm just going to do it on a whim type of guy. That's just me throwing that out there. Y'all can call me crazy. The Bears fans already looking for me on TikTok, but it's okay. With this one, I think you really just got to find your right head coach. You tie him to the right head coach, and then boom. Like we crack out jokes about Hurts and Sirianni, but I think that's a perfect blend. Like they a perfect balance for each other. I crack jokes about my head coach now. I was like, I don't really know who this guy is, but him and Dak seem to have some type of symmetry there that now Dak is out there playing MVP type levels. Maybe
Facts.
because the defense is bad. But same thing with LaFleur and Jordan Love. He's not the best of two worlds, but to me, that's just how I feel about Jordan Love. But again, they got a chemistry there. Andy Reid and the GOAT, or the young GOAT as they would call him, Mahomes.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people say Mahomes didn't end up with the Chiefs and Andy Reid. We don't know what Mahomes would be. So it's just You got to find the right head coach, or then they'll be looking for another one. Then after the third season, they'll be saying, well, is Cam really what we thought he was going to be? And that's what you don't want, Cam.
Well, you got like Cliff Kingsbury, who could potentially be a head coach next year. What's going to be tough is this. Yeah, I know it's sad to say, but I mean, it might happen. If he decides to leave, he's going to get a head coaching job. And you got it's a lot of coordinators out here. But what's going to be hard for the Titans if the Ravens fire John Harbaugh? If the
Mm.
Ravens fire their coach, bro, that's going to be the number one destination for every single coach. Number one destination. Coaching Lamar Jackson, bro, with all that talent, that team is ready to win right now. So this is like they're gonna be. That's if the Ravens fire him. So if they do that, then the Titans gonna get second dibs next year. Because come on now,
I,
like really, Lamar Jackson or Cam Ward.
I'm sorry. I heard Chris say they need to. some if no, they need to. Ooh, I ain't think about that. Yeah, that would be. But then, as you say that, I don't. Would he want to go to Tennessee? They just swap places if he get fired with
Ooh. Oh,
Harbaugh.
John,
Harbaugh.
man,
Yeah.
if I'm Tennessee, why would I? No, don't
I
get
mean,
him,
he's a
bro.
Super Bowl coach. Also, my boy said he's trying to get back to coaching too. Mike
Who?
McCarthy said he want to come back.
Bro, forget all these. Listen, I know we got an OA, we got Dan Quinn. I get it. You know what I mean? But his last stint, he went to the Super Bowl. His last stint, you know, Mike McCarthy last stint, I don't know. You know, he was
He gonna get you
Mr. 12-5.
in Tennessee. That could be it. 12 wins. It's a difference from coaching Dallas. Their expectations in Dallas versus Tennessee is gonna be
Mm.
totally different. So if you make the playoffs with Tennessee, they might say Mike is back.
Look, he said, Garrett, he said
Dayball
Mike
not
failed
going nowhere.
Tennessee.
I don't think Dayball going nowhere.
That's for Mike's reputation. What about Tennessee? How far can they go with Mike McCarthy?
To the playoffs.
No, I need more than that.
You never know what happens once you get in the playoffs. Mike can get them there. It's no
He probably
expectation.
could. He probably could, but he did have Dan Quinn. You know what I mean? Like that, y'all defense was going crazy with Mike McCarthy, leading the league in turnovers the whole time he was there. But the Giants would be a good spot if they fire Dayball. They might end up keeping Dayball
I
if
think they're
the
gonna keep
Giants
him.
start winning because
If
him and that young they
what
gaining
I
that
say, Joe. What I
they
say.
gaining that chemistry.
He looking at him like that's his young Josh Allen. He
Shout out
went
to
to the
Cook.
medical tent. He went to the
No
medical tent.
facts.
He took his headset off and walked over there like, "Hey,
I know.
what we
Forget the
doing?
game.
What we doing? We got a play caller, but what we doing? Is he okay? No, no, no. Is
Hey,
he okay?
Hey, bro, I feel bad for Russ because after Russ threw that pass on third down, he started yelling at the doctor, dog. That's messed up. Like, man, get this sorry dude out of here. Where Justin Dart at? That's what it looked like.
Like they don't got Jameis Winston or something. He just
I
went
know,
straight back
right?
to Vidal.
He was spazzing on the doctor. The doctor just sitting there helpless, like, what do you want me to do? Like, you want me to get fired? You want me to lose my license for you?
And then he looking like, you see, I'm about to get fired.
I
What you
know,
want me to do?
right?
You better get him back out there. Like we both gonna get fired if he don't get back out there.
And they said Jackson Dart was peeping through they said he was peeping through the tent to see what's going on. Man, he was hyping mess that situation.
Come on, Joe.
I understand though. Imagine
Dave,
Imagine that was JD5's rookie year. Come on, man. We'd be the same way.
I don't know because Dan Quinn ain't. He would have been like, is he
No,
okay?
not Dan Quinn. I'm talking about the fans. How the fans
Oh, the
Dan
fans.
Quinn ain't
Okay,
gonna
no,
do
no,
all
the
that extra
fans.
stuff.
Yeah, no, the fans. No, no. I'm just saying, as far as the head. See, the fans could act like that. The fact that the head coach was acting like that, bruh, it's. I understand. Well, when your job on the line, you like, look, he winning. I like it. I'm
I
gonna do
know.
everything. So
Oh, never mind. I'm about to say I don't think Brian Daboll ever beat the Eagles, but he did. He did in 2023.
they beat the
Remember the
Eagles.
Eagles tank, bro, at the end of the season? They lost to the Giants too, bro. That's
I
how
thought
y'all
that
won the
was
division.
they tanked it. Oh, when they was. Oh, yeah, 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 yeah,
Y'all won the
yeah.
division. Well,
When they
his
was on
finger
the
got messed up.
when they was on the landslide. Yeah.
That mean
The Eagles set us up too, Joe, but I'll talk about that another time. I feel like they set us up that year.
why? Because they didn't want to play.
They wanted us to get the embarrassment. They said, you know what, y'all got it. And then they go down there and play the Bucks after we get blown out. So don't nobody got to
They
worry about
actually
them
got embarrassed, but nobody talked about it.
because the Cowboys lost. You see what I'm
Okay, yeah,
saying?
they got embarrassed, bro.
It was an evil ploy there. I see what y'all did there, Philly.
But y'all got embarrassed more. I ain't gonna lie, that was crazy.
It always happens that way, man. It always
You see, I
happens that
said
way.
it up.
It always happens that way. Now, speaking of being set up or calling me crazy, I should have brought my bat. I forgot.
Okay, Joe Clark.
Dot definitely keeping. Yeah, he definitely is.